support for his new stimulus plan. Kind of a wintry scene there. On Monday, President Biden met with 10 Republican senators, including Tom Tillis of North Carolina.
Yeah, one thing that became pretty clear from that meeting is that each side has a different idea about who should be getting another check and how big that check should be. President Biden's plan would cost $1.9 trillion. Under that plan, you would get $1,400 as an individual if you make up to $75,000 a year or $150,000 as a couple. The Republican plan would cost $600 billion, and it would give you $1,000 if you make up to $40,000 or $80,000 as a family. When it comes to unemployment, the extended $300 per week payments are extended until mid-March. The president wants that to be $400 per week and extended into September. The GOP plan keeps it at $300, but it stretches to the end of June. Both plans basically call for the same amount for vaccines and testing, extend extra food stamp money from June to September, and both plans would include stimulus checks for adult dependents, like many college students and adults with disabilities. Now, other items on the table include money to open schools faster, also money for small businesses, and money to help people pay their rent and utilities.
I was taught if your hands find something to do, do it. So I came to myself and said, perhaps I need to find another job in terms of part-time.
In this story, the man you're hearing from, just so inspiring. We know that many of our neighbors are taking on extra jobs right now to make ends meet, but this story, there's much more to it.
Yeah, sure is. The man you just heard from is Henry Darby, the principal of North Charleston High School. Well, the extra paycheck is not for him. It's for people in need. Principal Darby says the inspiration came to him after seeing former students sleeping on the streets, others just struggling to make ends meet. So he decided to go ahead and work at Walmart, where he stocks the shelves 3 days a week.
My very first night, someone yelled out, "Hey, Mr. Darby, you work for Walmart. Aren't you the principal?" And it blew me out the water. So at that time, I said, that's it. I'll just do what I need.
Here's the best part. When others found out about Principal Darby's charitable efforts, more money started coming in. So far, he's raised nearly $100,000 to help people in his community. You imagine he's picking up all that extra work. He already works hard.
Oh, yes.
And he just wants to help other people.
And just the example that's setting for the students, I know they know how much he cares.
Absolutely.
Well, starting at 7:30 this morning, take a look at this. Crews, they'll start the process of tearing down this historic barn at Franklin Park in Concord. That barn was built in the mid-1900s. Someone set it on fire last March. In November, the county asked for community input for how to replace it. But so far, commissioners have not decided on what it will be.
But looking as much as like the old barn as possible. Obviously, with the years that went out, the old one was built. It's going to look different. People understand that, but we're going to try to keep it looking as much as possible like the old barn.
Demolition of the old barn is expected to take about 2 weeks. Crews will salvage some of the lumber so they can build a tribute wall as part of the new design.
All right, let's take a live look over Scranton, Pennsylvania this morning. There's some flurries and snow on the ground. They had a lot of it. They're supposed to get up to 2 feet of snow in a few places. The nor'easter we first showed you yesterday morning, not even done yet. This is video from Fort Lee, New Jersey, right across the Hudson from Upper Manhattan. You can see the blowing wind, the drifting snow, really piling up in spots. And let's switch over to this. Roads in Pittsburgh. This is how slick they are. That there is a salt truck. It was so slippery, the salt truck slid off the road in someone's backyard. The driver's all right. He said he was coming down that hill, just wouldn't stop. It took crews hours to finally get that truck out. And a live look here at Sugar Mountain Resort, where the wind has been howling all morning long. You see it in the lights there, the snow that they are cranking out for the ski slopes. But boy, what a wintry, cold scene here.
Yes.
Ouch.
I was hoping to maybe get some sunshine, a little bit of warmth, but it's going to be at least a nice view.
This is a nice sign.
Yeah, it's going to get better throughout the day, guys, and we will have the sunshine coming back, but the wind's going to pick up, so it's going to sort of offset that sun to make it still feel pretty cold. Look at that beautiful live picture. We pan the sky over Charlotte. Still some high clouds left over, but they're starting to thin out already, even earlier than I expected. So that's good news. The sun will make it at least look better out there, but as you're outside today, be prepared for more of that wind to kick in. It's already extremely windy in the mountains, and they're not likely going to get a whole lot of any sunshine today. Wind chills near zero up there. We feel like the 20s this morning. As the winds kick in today, that wind chill all day will keep our temperatures holding, feeling like the 30s, even though our air temperatures will be warming back in the 40s today. So the winds are picking up. Mountains have gusts near 50 miles per hour already, and that will last all day with wind advisories. Could have gusts at times to around 30 even in Charlotte. So it's going to be a blustery day as the day goes on. And again, the temps are going up, and we'll hit the marks that we hit yesterday in the low to mid 40s. But the wind is definitely going to take several degrees off that, feeling at least like mid to upper 30s as we go through this afternoon. So I want to get the kids outside. It's not a terrible day, not in the red, but it's cold, it's blustery all afternoon. So hopefully the sunshine will at least help it make it feel a little bit better out there. And thankfully we do stay dry, not just today, but for the next several days. The clouds are thinning out. Still a few were left over. Still some light snow in the mountains. Any additional accumulation, though, is slim to none. Damage is already done. And as that clear sky takes hold tonight and the winds relax, temperatures bottom out. Yeah, a bit colder than this morning. We're in the mid-20s early tomorrow. And even if we have a little bit of a gust of wind, it'll feel like teens at times with the wind chill. Then the rebound process starts. Low 50s tomorrow afternoon, near 60 by Friday, before another big plunge in the numbers next week, trending even colder. We have rain to deal with on Friday, but the weekend is trending drier, so that is good. I don't see much of an overlap with any of the cold and the wet weather. Mountains will get some snow this weekend, sure, but everywhere else looks like we do dry out. But the next week, we barely hit highs near 40 into Monday. It's 6:51. Let's check in with Traffic Tonight's Mark Taylor. What's happening out there, Mark?
All right, Keith, we got good news. Early wreck here on the North Tryon out towards the I-85 connector. Has cleared in the last few minutes. So it actually involved a school bus. It looked like a CATS bus, but it was a school bus. But it looks like there were no serious injuries involved in this. And since all lanes are open, no longer a traffic issue. We are still monitoring a couple of issues, including another problem just down the road. There's a stalled vehicle inbound on North Tryon near Eastway Drive. It's blocking the left through lane. Expect a minor delay here. And down in Union County, Rocky River Road, there's this accident reported near Crow Road, which is just north of Highway 200. You're starting to see some red here. Not lasting real long, but slight delays. So leave a minute early to get through it.
A new but familiar face to join Charlotte City Council. I'm Blaine Tolleson, live uptown, breaking down the decision that came down to a tie-breaking vote to